Alright, hey everyone, it's Lee. It's September 27th of 2011, and the reason I'm doing this video today is basically because I wanted to talk about being outed. Well, not really being out. I guess part of it is being outed, and part of it is being outed by people who knew you before as a different gender, and now you're taking on a new gender, and whether purposely or accidentally they out you. And I guess it's easier if I just kind of explain what happened today. So I started a new job, and I'm going through the orientation process. And when I attended school, and when I did my extern with this individual, and when I was working for a while with this individual before I got my name changed, before I got my gender change done, or a name change, and before I started testosterone, and before some of the male characteristics started to really come in. I worked with this individual, and right now I'm going through orientation with them. So they knew me before as a different gender, they knew me legally that I had a different name, but that I was going by my current name. So we're in orientation today, and she got called on to talk about something, and she did, and she goes on, and then all of a sudden she looks directly at me. There was no mistake as to who she was referencing. She looks directly at me and goes, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, oh, and, I know it was an accident, and she felt terrible, absolutely terrible. Her eyes started to water, and she got really emotional, and, I understood, I get it, I understand that accidents happen. My girlfriend does it occasionally. Rarely, actually. Maybe occasionally, rarely. She does it so infrequently that it happened the other day, and I think it was just a slip of the tongue sort of thing, and it hasn't happened since, because she knew me as female and as male, so it's sort of confusing. But she's made momentous strides. This individual, however, was having problems because I told her a couple times before, you can't do this. It's dangerous for me, especially because there is another male in the class. There's only one other, and I'm like, last thing I want to do is have to go to the bathroom and use the male bathroom, and see him in there and have him have that split-second question. And the worst part of it is that you get called that, and you get not referred to as female so much, because that's, but like I get outed, and I'm not sure, maybe other trans guys experience this, I'm not sure, but if you do, let me know. It'd be very helpful to know that I'm not the only one. But all of a sudden she did this, and it was like, and it was the most exposing thing I think that could have happened, to be next to all my clothes suddenly falling off my body. My chest, which I think is pretty well hidden. Most people say they think I have surgery already because my chest looks more like pecs, and my hips, even though I know they're there, people say, I don't see them, which is very nice of them. But, all of a sudden my hips felt huge, my chest felt huge, and my voice it felt higher than what it had been, and it was such an exposing experience. And it was like, oh, and I was just hoping people thought she was referring to a doctor that she was talking about at the time, and not me, but who knows. And so like I said, I understood and I forgave her, but it was just like, I reiterated how dangerous this was for me, and she said she understood, she said she would try harder, and I'm like, what, if you can't do it, it's okay, it's understandable, just don't use gender pronouns at all, just use my name, it's simpler. So it's a learning experience for her too, because I think I'm the first transsexual, trans man, trans anything that she's come in contact with. she's not a sheltered person, but in this area, you know. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to ask, I guess that's more I wanted to ask, because I don't know. I don't know how to deal with this, really. I guess I just keep plugging forward in hopes that, you know, somebody will kind of recognize me for who I am. I have not got ma'amed or ladied or any female pronouns in quite a while. Except by people who knew me before as female and now are seeing me transition into a male. And it's people like, and you know, and those are times where it just takes you and just knocks it down. But it's people like my family. I mean, my family is sort of, you know, I know they're going to take the longest to come around, if they ever come around, because they've known me, you know, not only have they known me, but they, you know, had life experiences with me, and, you know, it's a whole different ballgame with my family. But it's like my girlfriend's family, and and friends, and, you know, I just don't know what to do about them, you know, accidentally. I'm not sure if it's intentional or not. I think it's just one of those things where it's just something they gotta get, part of me thinks it's something they gotta get used to, and then part of me is like, you know, is there more that I could be doing, you know? I still have quite a few feminine gestures, and you want to know what, to be honest, I'm not trying to work on getting rid of them. I am not going to intentionally make myself into some macho man with rippling muscle, and I'm not going to do it, because that's not who I am. I kind of take pride in the fact that I'm at times very flaming. I find it humorous. My girlfriend finds it humorous. People like me. They like my personality. I'm not going to intentionally work on changing my personality. But I didn't know if there was, like, you know, kind of a, I guess I want to use the term pep talk, but there's probably something better. If there's something else other than changing myself, because I really don't want to do that, because it took me forever, it feels like, within my life. It took me my whole life up till this point to become who I, you know, really, truly accept who I am and what I am and who I want to be, and the steps I have to take to get there. You know, it took so long to accept that, so I don't want to change me. So it's like, I kind of just want to gently remind, encourage, give, you know, advice, something to those people, you know, in my life who are not, you know, who keep using that fucking female pronoun that I hate. So if anybody has any ideas, I would really appreciate your comments, and like I said, any suggestions to go along with this, because it's starting to drive me absolutely crazy. I understand that I'm not going to change everybody's minds, and it's not, you know, that I want to change people's minds, you know what I mean? I'm not looking to go out and take family members of mine who 100% refuse to accept me as a male and change their minds and manipulate them, because, you know, that's changing them, and I don't want to be changed, so why would I try to change them, sort of a thing. But, you know, for those people who genuinely say, you know, I'm kind of accepting you as a male, but I'm just having a really hard time. Is there anything that I could say, or is there anything that you've said to, kind of encourage them in the direction that you would like them to be taking with you, I guess is the best way to put it. And I probably rambled on and explained that 10,000 times over, and you probably didn't need it, but, I guess I just want to make my point clear. So, anyway, and I understand this is the first video I've posted in a while. I do have videos, and they are backlogged. There is a specific reason that I'm waiting to put them up, so they will eventually pop up, just not yet. So, keep watching my channel. They're here. I didn't forget about doing them. I've done them. They're just in the queue waiting to get made public. So, anyway, that's it. I'll post another one eventually, but this is the first one kind of, I guess, generically asking a question that I wanted to bring up in a while. So, so anyway, I'll catch y'all later.